Dude, let's play that video I sent you plug of the religious leader. Let's do that. Let's get into it. Hello, and welcome to episode 105 of Early Morning Podcast. Grab you a J, grab you a brew, grab you whatever it is on earth you may do. I don't care if it's wrapped in tin foil. I don't care if it's wrapped in wax paper. I don't care if it's in a plastic baggie. Just do what you gotta do. I don't care if you gotta crack a bottle or if you gotta crack a can. Do what you gotta do. Enjoy this episode. Kick back. Relax, dude. We're just messing around, dude. It is January 25th, 2023. 8:08 p.m. I'm just hanging out. Right now. I tried to record a podcast last night. I don't know if I was a little tipsy. That's why it didn't turn out great. I don't know if I was bitter. That could have been why it didn't turn out well. And I'm re-recording today. I went to a few open mics last night in Hollywood, and they were miserable. I was miserable afterwards. I think I've used this term a lot when you want to put in, actually it's too early to even talk. I can't even say it because it'll get whatever. How's your new year, dude? You having a good new year? I hope you are. You can't answer me back, but it's fine. If your new year is not good, just use this phrase everybody uses. It's 2023. Let's just keep saying that, ingrain that in your memory. It's 2020, whatever. We're going to do better this year. That's the only thing you can say. That's what everybody says. So you use it too, and make that your reasoning or your excuse for not self-improving or whatever it may be. I almost cursed again. I'm not going to. I'm going to try not to. But I'm having a decent new year. Shout out Kanye. He's having a great new year. We forgot about him. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but Kanye West. I just matched with somebody on Hinge. Next episode, I'm going to have a girlfriend or boyfriend. It is what it is. Speaking of relationships, perfect, dude. Thank you to that. I'm not going to say her government name, but thank you for doing that right now. My ex has been calling me, not every weekend, maybe every other weekend, drunk. One of my exes from high school, she's been calling me drunk and just berating me, dude. Just giving me shit. And I need it. I guess I need it. It's humbling after you do a terrible open mic and you walk off wanting to put a 9mm in your mouth. The best thing that can happen is to get a phone call from an ex from like 6, 7, 8 years ago and tell you various things. You know, she called me a couple weeks ago on while I was actually working at the club with coworkers, other door guys, and FaceTime me, and I was like, what is this? Why is this going on? She basically shot on me for 5 minutes. This individual was just telling me, why are you wasting your life? Why are you doing stand-up? Why are you doing comedy? Why have you gained weight? I talked about gaining weight in my face last episode. She's like, why don't you hit the gym? Look at yourself. Look at what you used to be when we were together. And then she started talking about how she basically saved my... Dude, it was wild. She was like, I'm what you need in life. I'm your goal. I'm your prized possession. And I was like, dude, you're talking about shit from when we were 13, 14, 15 years old. What is going on? This is a decade later. Great. Thought nothing of it. I was like, oh, she's just drunk off wine, as chicks are most of the time. She's been drinking Zinfandel, maybe popped a Xanax bar. I don't know what's going on. Just leave me alone. Happens again. She calls me and basically complains about her job, dude. This rules. What is this? Am I Andrew Schultz, dude? I'm gonna spaz out right now. I'm trying to talk about, what is this? No, I'm not gonna joke about that. Domestic violence. She called me another weekend later and basically just complained about being a nurse. Which, shout out to nurses. That's the horniest profession. Anybody that's a nurse, horniest profession, obviously, hoopers and nurses. That goes without saying. I hope you already knew that. If you didn't know, I had to let you know real quick. But let me continue. She called me another time and just complained about being a nurse and having to deal with overdoses and people dying in her hands. And I was like, listen to me, man. You cannot call me and give me shit for being a comic or doing stand up or anything comedy related, and then call me and then tell me how miserable your life is because people are dying in your arms due to whatever it may be, and not expect me to make fun of it. Do you know what does that make any sense? I'm not calling her about the open mic. I'm not calling anybody about the open mic. Let me just say that. I'm not calling anybody about bombing shows unless it's a comic. I'm not hitting anybody up to complain about my life or my shit. To be called and to that's real life shit, dude. I don't want to hear about that. What? Sure, humble me and tell me that I look like shit now compared to when I was playing varsity soccer. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that. I understand that. I know that. I don't know what it's like to be a nurse overnight. I don't want to know what it's like to be a nurse overnight, dude. On just random note, I just learned what it was like to be living in modern day Ireland, being a farmer from the movie Banshees of Inisherin. I learned that because I sought that out. I don't want to know what it's like to be an overnight nurse, dude. I don't. Regardless, imagine getting that call at like 11 p.m. and just getting roasted and then berated for something. I was like, dude, this is why should this be a sign for me to start like actually trying to date, or should this a sign to be like, oh dude, don't date ever? Even though, like I said, nurses, horniest profession, dude. Nurses only fuck each other. Why is that a thing? If you go to any doctor's office, every nurse there has contracted an STD from another nurse. If you think I'm just spinning and talking out of my ass, next time you go for a physical or get your blood pressure or whatever, fill a prescription, whatever, you dumbasses that listen to this podcast, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to berate the own listeners of this, but try to look at one nurse and see how they talk to the other nurses, because they barely pay attention to you. I know that. Once you go in there, they get on this scale, give me your arm, let me wrap this thing around it. They don't even care about you. You're a robot to them. You're just a placeholder. They're looking at each other being like, God damn it, Brenda was fucking hammered on Saturday. I tried to get in their pants, but it didn't work. That's all that they're thinking about, and that's all that they're like operating on. Same thing with hoopers, dude. Same thing with hoopers. And I think I've said this I don't know. I think I've said everything on this podcast for some reason, even though they're 30-minute episodes and I do 2 a month. God damn, I don't know why I think I said everything. Listen to Bro Joe. I'm Bro Jogan. Listen to me because I know it all. Hoopers, bro. Speaking of high school, all the horniest dudes were basketball players. So horny. They needed to ejaculate to perform their sport. That was a necessity. If you looked at all the basketball players on game day in high school, all of them had chicks glued to their waist all day. They couldn't go to their locker without having their girlfriend on them. They needed some kind of physical touch just to be able to like get through the day because there was a game. They needed it, dude. That's like a requirement. And I'm not using, what's it called? I'm not being what's the word I'm looking for, man? I'm not trying to be profound in what I'm saying. That's just true. It's true because what's it called? That guy, is it Adam Silverman? I don't know. The commissioner for the NBA, when they were in the bubble, when everyone was locked down and the only sport that was going on in like March and February and shit was basketball during COVID at the beginning of the pandemic. And they're like, we're going to lock all these hoopers into a bubble. Bro, the commissioner was bringing them chicks to pipe. You can look up pictures. Maybe if we can find them right now, I'll post some or I'll throw them in the episode. But dude, you can see pictures of the commissioner bringing chicks to the bubble or into the bubble so that the players can perform their sport. That's their profession, rather. They're athletic. I don't want to say athletic performers because that's almost like saying they're like a porn star is a sex performer. And that is what it is, but I don't want to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to piss people off unnecessarily. I'll do it with a purpose, but I don't know if that's a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Besides getting berated by my ex, which that's fine. It's funny, dude. It's a change of pace to get her, not harassed, but to get to get informed that you went the wrong path. You know, it's like getting that text, I'm worried about you, or the we should talk text. Do you know that, dude? You know that feeling? It's like, what, dude? Where is the, whoa, first of all, why are you saying this? If you want to talk, let's just talk. Don't hit me up and be like, I'm concerned, I'm this, don't postpone it. If you want to do it, we're doing it. Let's just do it right now. I've said, I don't know. But yeah, speaking of, other than getting berated by an ex-girlfriend from high school of nearly a decade ago, I've been quarreling, man, quarreling so hard with technology. And speaking of, I don't know if you can tell, I'm trying to mess around a little bit with the with the what's it called? God damn it. The post edits and shit in this podcast if you're on YouTube. And if you are on YouTube, dude, subscribe, like the video, or comment something nasty just so I know that there are people listening and watching it. If not, that's fine. I'll keep recording these dumbass podcasts and uploading them. But yeah, speaking of getting in quarrels and being berated, I've just been battling technology, dude. I got a pair of Bluetooth earbuds for Christmas, man, and I thought I had them next to me. I've never wanted to physically fight something or assault something that didn't have life in it so hard. I've never, dude, these things pissed me off so much. I use earbuds or any kind of freaking, any kind of audio outsourcing because I'm listening to podcasts and music and anything almost 90% of the day. Dude, these earbuds are I don't know how much they cost, but no, there's no price tag that can put how much effort I've been using to try to get them to work on it. There's nothing, dude. I connected the earbuds. I can't disconnect them. I've fallen asleep with them in. They keep playing and I can't shut them off. Dude, it's insane, man. These goddamn Tozo earbuds. I don't know where they're from. Probably made in China. I don't know. It doesn't matter. All I'm saying is I've never been in a fight with any piece of technology more than I have with these, dude. If I threw the goddamn earbud or the case that they came in into across the street, they would probably still be playing for some reason, and I can't disconnect them. I can't. I had to wait for them to literally run out of battery for me to disconnect them, dude. That's how much of an idiot I am when it comes to technology. I don't know, dude. I haven't been fired up that long since maybe I got this camera and I was trying to figure out how to use it properly, which I still haven't figured out. Still haven't figured out how to get these lights and this camera and this mic to work properly. But it is what it is. That's the trials and tribulations of being a podcaster, dude. AKA the backbone of America. Let me talk about that. Bro, the last couple weeks at the club that I work at have been crazy. I work at the Improv, and I've broken up probably on average 2 or 3 fights each week of this month of January. I've kicked out on average 2 people, or had to kick out 2 different parties or people each week. Like, it's just been very different, that like a very change of pace, a big change of pace than what it's been normally. There was this chick that was hammered recently at the Improv on a sold out show. She was fucked up, dude. Like, I've said this to my parents, man. I'm 25, okay? I like to drink. I like to indulge in marijuana. I like to do those things. If you listen to this podcast, you fucking know that. I don't think I've been hammered, I've been drunk, I've blacked out before, but I've never been in a scenario, in a situation where I'm in public and I act a fool like that, dude. I see that happen way too much, man, with people that are way too old for it to happen too, man. That's my biggest point. I'm 25. I haven't done that in public since I was, and it's not like a brag. I'm not like, oh, dude, I'm mature, dude. I know what's good. I'm a learned, educated man. That's not at all what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say is that I know if I can't look straight, I'm not going out, and I will never go out and get to the point where I can't look straight. I've seen people where their eyes are searching for what their soul is looking at, and that's a very weird and kind of scary feeling, man. If you don't know what the fuck's going on around you, you shouldn't be at that state. You shouldn't be in that mindset, you know? And I've seen it like quite a bit, man, with people in their 40s and their 50s, well on into life, and they're gone and they're in public. Anyway, I saw this chick that was in her probably early 40s, mid 40s, and she was hammered. She was hammered, plastered, dressed like a 19-year-old chick, which, hey, I'll say she pulled it off. But that's not the point here. She couldn't walk, and her friend was trying to escort her out of the club, or out of the lobby of the club. And as you do, you get them water. Like that's just gonna magically change their whole scenario. Their whole state of mind is gonna flip as soon as they take a sip of refreshing cold water. Never happens, but that's what your instinct is. Dude, this chick couldn't even drink her water. She was spilling it all over herself and her friend as she's trying to carry her out. She decides last minute that she needs to use the restroom before she leaves, spills her water on the floor and slips and goes head first into a metal trash bin that's in the restroom. It was almost out of a thing in like, I don't want to say Tom and Jerry, but out of like a cartoon. It was so animated, but it was also real. It was crazy, dude, to see that. You see somebody, it was like someone slipped on a banana, bro. Like it's Mario. And then she did like the cartoon thing where everything flew behind her, but she went forward and smacked her head on a metal trash can. That was wild. We obviously had to help her out. And as that happened, 2 more girls went to go to the bathroom to throw up and vomit and piss and shit all over themselves, which was very, very cool. Shout out to women being cleanly. No, dude, but as that was all going on and I'm trying to help this lady and trying to get her to be any kind of normal in public or just at all. And like I said, her eyes are looking up north at Alaska, and then the other one is looking to her left, that her friend that's behind her, somehow she's able to look at her. I can't understand it. And some dude sees me doing this, trying to help out, trying to be there. And he's like, bro, this guy is the backbone of America. He's the backbone of America. This is what carries America, especially right now. And he's saying this. He's like not coaching me, but he's hyping me up. And like I'm laughing, I'm smiling. At one point, I give him knuckles. I'm like, dude, you're the man. And one of my managers comes out and sees this as it's happening, and he's like, bro, Vic, you're the backbone of America. Like everybody all night kept calling me the backbone of America as I'm just trying to get through the chaos that's going on in the lobby. And like I said, this happened to, dude, some Indian dude tried to fight me inside of the club, and it took everything inside of me to chill out. It was like I had to put ice in my veins because my blood was getting so hot and tense. I wanted to peel my skin off. This dude was being so disrespectful, but that's not fun. That's not interesting at all. I want to shout out, I haven't complained about school in a while, college. That was like an ongoing theme of EMP for a while. And it's because I wasn't taking classes for a while. I wasn't. I'm about to finish up an intercession course right now. It's like 5 days left. Today's the 25th. It'll be done by the end of this month. And then I'll have a lot more to complain about. I didn't complain, dude, because this one class was fucking good. The professor did what he had to do. I did what I had to do. No complaints to be made. But I do have a note regarding college and regarding I guess just colleges, but I wanted to say education. I don't know about all education. I'm an idiot, you know that. There was this shooting out here in Cali, but it was up north, Monterey Park. And anytime there's a shooting that's related to education or related to race, it feels like we get notified about it. And I don't want to say like we, like as in the media, because most shootings are, I don't even know. I don't anytime a race related or education related shooting happens, it's well known. Like there was that 6-year-old that shot a teacher a while ago. Not a while ago, like earlier this month, dude, not even a while ago. That's insane. I think I joked about that on the last episode. I hope I did, but that's insane. Regardless, my point is this Asian dude, 72, I think he's 72 or 74, went on a spree and popped like 20 people, ended up killing 11. Insane. It's fucking gnarly. That's wild. I got an email from my college this morning talking about school safety and if an active shooter entered campus. Dude, that another wild thing. I just don't. They sent this email with a link on campus security and safety and what happens if there's an active shooter. I don't know if that's a good thing that they're like, hey, this shooting happened at a dance club or a dance studio up north. If we get shot at down here in OC, this is what you should do. So I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if like the high schools around here are doing that too. I live like right around the corner from a high school. Like I have family members that are educators, like that have been educators for a long time. Now, is it like that anytime a mass shooting or a shooting even occurs, do you get like notified? Is that like a thing? I'm genuinely asking if there's anybody that's in college or that works in education. Do you just get notified now that, hey, somebody else with a gun decided to shoot at people? Beware. I'm honestly, I'm curious, bro. I don't get it. And then everybody uses that as an opportunity to make it relatable to them. Of course, Asian people, like again, vastly speaking, a lot of Asian or people at the beginning were like, we gotta crack down on people targeting Asian communities, and we gotta stop these people that are being racist. And it's like, dude, the guy that later on we figured out the guy that did all this was Asian. And I'm not a dude. I'm the biggest political guy. I'm a political podcaster. That's my biggest goal as Bro Jogan, is to comment and give narrative on politics and on social scenarios. No, I don't know a goddamn thing, dude. I just don't understand. I don't like that, and anytime that happens, I have to get known through my fucking education system. That's so weird, dude. Very weird. And I know dudes that, of course, there are comics even that get very fired up on like freedom of speech, dude, which that's a whole, I don't want to, I guess, whatever. There are comics that just, they will not shut up about being able to use slurs, and that they're able to say anything, that this isn't a slur, that this is just a word, and sticks and stones may break my bones, but words should not harm me, or whatever the fuck that phrase is. I definitely believe in that. I understand that, rather, not believe in it. It's not a religion, dude. It's not a theory. It's not a choosing thing. I agree with that statement. But at the same time, dude, I understand you can read the room. Reading the room, you don't just use certain things or abuse certain things in order to get some kind of reaction you want. I know that. I agree with that. A lot of the time, I've said before, when people find out that someone is a stand-up or that you do comedy or you're in comedy, they immediately ask you to tell a joke. If you just start being like, this faggot retard, no one's gonna just, that's not a joke immediately. Do you know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. I'm saying this because they're, like I said, these comics, and I've been going to these mics a little bit recently. I'm gonna try to not do so because I don't think it's beneficial as a performer, as a stand-up, or anything, to lean into the wrong habits or to develop wrong habits or habits that will harm you in the future rather than benefit you. Right now, it might be beneficial to call someone a faggot retard because it immediately gets like a laugh. People are like, why is this guy using those words? Why is my school emailing me about an Asian shooter that's up north? Why am I being notified about these things? I'm trying to make them both make sense, and I'm kind of struggling right now. My point is this. Um, I never wanted to put a firearm inside my mouth more than when you bomb very hard. That's one of the worst feelings ever, but it is a thrilling feeling, dude. Um, Makes you very much feel alive in the sense where you, like I said, want to kill yourself. You never thought like that could be an irking or a vastly, I want to say live. It's just so prevalent that you're like, man, that's what nerves are. I feel like I'm not even making any sense. I'm saying I had a very an interesting bomb last night, and it made me like almost rethink stand up, like comparing myself to other stand ups, which is not a good thing. It's not at all a good thing. I'll just talk about irrational fears because I've been having those lately. But before that, no, real quick. I said I like to drink. I enjoy drinking. Um, But in certain scenarios, rather, I just don't like it. Like I went out to support a comic recently and go to his show, and I went with friends and people that I hang out with, and dude, if I'm watching sports or if I'm kicking back, chilling, I can put down as many beverages as I feel like. But if I'm going out with people and there's like this social pressure or this level of we got to get this fucked up or we got to get to this level of drunk or whatever, I don't like that, dude. I do not enjoy that. I don't perform well under that kind of pressure. Perform well because drinking is a sport, dude. I'm in the beer Olympics. It's so corny. I just don't. I don't like it, man. I don't feel like I want to drink. I don't want to do what these people are doing. Um, I don't know. It's weird, and I don't know if that's something that comes with age. I don't know if that's because it's like I'm out of the drinking to keep up and to be like I'm verified by my peers because I've drank this amount of shots or put down this many brews in this amount of time. It's not about that. It's like I don't want to be an idiot. I don't want to be one of those people that I'm talking about that I kicked out of the club recently acting like a fool in public. I don't want to do that. I'd like to do my own thing, and I don't want to be the fucking butt of it. I don't want everyone to roast me when I leave, dude. You know how shitty that is? Everybody gets to make fun of you when you're gone. You're puking your ass out and you leave and everyone's like, bro, did you see Vic? I got this Snapchat of him with his dick out. It's like, no, man, I don't. That's not fun. That's not fun. It was fun at a time, but once you get to a level, I guess it is aged, bro. I guess it is. Maybe you just don't care. You've had enough of those experiences where like I don't find the enjoyment in that. That's probably what it is. Like I don't find the enjoyment in calling some person that I used to have relationships with or relations with and just shitting on them. Actually, maybe that would be fun. Maybe if you are like a bottle deep in of Merlot and you're just like, you know who I haven't talked to in a while? My fucking ex, that bitch. And then you just call him and you just shit on him. Those bikinis that you've been wearing haven't been looking as flattering as you think. Instagram's talking about it, but we're not. We're fucking talking shit on you, dude. um, yeah, dude. I just don't like drinking under social pressure, but that's like an irrational fear. Or not a fear, but just because how often does that happen? People don't go out anymore since COVID. Everybody just fucking hangs out at home. No one, if you go to a bar, you rarely see groups of friends out. You see people making friends. That's what it is now. Nobody's out there together. No one wants to fucking hang out with each other. Everyone's a loner now. That's me. So I'm like everybody else is the same. Um, Real quick, I hope this makes sense, but I've been getting these like irrational thought, like fears almost, not just thoughts, but they're just, everyone has random ass thoughts, but these random fears I've been getting. I don't know if it has to do with Reddit. Reddit certainly opened my eyes to some shit, but I fucking hate planes and sharks. Those are like the go-tos, the obvious ones. I don't want to get attacked by a goddamn shark, and I don't want to be in a plane crash. And every time I get close to the ocean or I get close to an airport, I think that's gonna happen. Where I live, I live close to two airports, okay? And every time I see a plane, I'm like, that thing's coming towards the freeway. I don't care. It's not gonna land. It's gonna crash on the freeway where I'm headed. And when I go to an airport, I'm like, this is gonna be the one. They say 1 in a million or 1 in 10 billion. This is gonna be that one. Irrational, of course. I live in Southern California where the sharks, they do hang out around the beaches. It's like only surfers that really get bit. That's like the biggest thing they tell us. I'm like, yeah, I'm the guy that looks like a surfer, so they're gonna bite me. I'm the guy that's like, oh, um, this guy didn't bring his board, idiot. I'm gonna bite his arm off right now. If he had his board, I would have chomped at that. It's always that. But I've been getting, dude, I heard on a podcast a couple months ago, and ever since then, this will not leave my mind, dude, especially at night. And I guess I'll just finish the other. Dude, I don't know what it's called, but I've had this fear of where I'll cross my balls. That's a thing. And apparently it's like this paralyzing pain where after you cross them, you can't operate very well until you uncross them. And then like somebody needs to do it for you. This is what I've heard. Bro, every time I lay in bed and I like want to throw my leg over, if I want to adjust my body, I move my I use the all the muscles in my body to slow it down and to make sure I can adjust my balls properly before I move. I don't know if that's psychotic or if that's crazy or if that's abnormal, but I'm so afraid of getting my balls crossed over that I will slow everything down. And if I'm getting out of bed or if I'm getting up from a chair, I'm gonna after I finish recording this, I'm gonna get out of this desk chair. I'm gonna back it up slowly, and I'm going to put my knee out and my left leg out slowly and get up so that there's no ricochet. There's no possibility of one leg hitting or one nut hitting my thigh and wrapping around the other. I don't want that. And I don't want you to be afraid of this. I just want you to know it's a thing. I'm also super randomly aware and nervous about getting hit by a rogue tire. I just have some kind of feeling that a tire that was on an 18-wheeler is just going to fly off and come hit me and basically fold my back in half or just make it wrap around. You know that can happen. I didn't know that until I saw videos of people just getting demolished by tires in Taiwan that just roll off cars and just break their ankles and flop them over and then run over their neck. That can happen. That's happened before. And then the last one too, again, live in SoCal. We have this thing called Santa Ana winds. It's been windy as fuck lately and rainy. I just feel like someday that there's going to be a tree that just decides to collapse on me. It's just going to fall on me or my car while I'm driving. There are trees in Cali. There are plenty of them. And for some reason, I think I'm not going to wake up one day. There's a tree that's outside my bedroom. And I feel like there's one day when it's rainy or windy, it's just going to collapse and sever my body in half while I'm on bed at peace. Do you ever think about that? Let's just end the episode on that. My name is Vic G. You guys rule. This is the Early Morning Podcast. I'll see you guys next week.